Good morning, this is Tracy Makarenko. May has kind of flown by and June has kind of caught me by surprise. Today's already the 3rd, so I do apologize for not getting this up by the 1st of the month. I bought a new deck of cards. They're called Gaia, by Toni Carmine Salerno, and that's what they look like. Gaia. Beautiful cards. So they're a little different than the cards I've used before. Kind of excited about using them. That's the back. And I know last month I used Cheryl Richardson's cards about self-care. I hope everyone took care of themselves. I know by the end of the month I didn't have enough downtime. So I was kind of taken out with a bit of an injury last week for a few days. Big reminder to start taking care of myself and spend more time maybe doing nothing instead of filling in my space with something, which we tend to do because, I don't know about your conditioning, but a lot of my conditioning, if you were sitting around doing nothing, you were called lazy. So even to sit around and do nothing can sometimes feel like a bad thing. So you get up and you do something. You, as a woman, will clean the house or pick another chore to fulfill. And even sometimes giving ourselves the luxury of just having a bath can be difficult for some people. So just if you didn't get to work on that as much as you'd like last month, I do encourage you to do so this month. So for June 2013, I'm going to flip 3 cards here. And the first one is very beautiful. It says transformation, certainty, and confidence. Amethyst. There's the card there. So the thing that I noticed the most in this card is the sun. The sun is extremely vibrant. And it's almost like it's giving her energy to make her day or her life more than what it is. She's gaining, the rays go out, she's gaining her energy from something outside of herself. And for a lot of us, we do this. We have friends around that help lift us up, make us feel better. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. You just have to be aware of when you separate from that friend, are they also still lifted up, or have you drained them of their energy? If you're draining them, then you're definitely taking more away from them than you should in order to feel well. So look at where you're getting your energy from. I know for me, going on a holiday, sitting in the sun is totally rejuvenating. Laying in the grass feels wonderful. Going for a walk in the forest or near a lake can help. So those are some of the things that can help you feel better. Even, like I said, having a bath, some Epsom salts, aromatherapy, it can really change your spirit around. So see where you're drawing your energy from outside your body. And we can also draw from inside through meditation. When you connect to the center core of the earth, up to the universe, it really does shift things in your body. With the injury I sustained last week, there was a lot of old stuff still having to do with my shoulder that was coming up, and it had a lot to do with feeling disempowered and not confused, but more to do with the place I was in my life at that time. I thought I had no future. I just felt like I was in despair. So having a meditation actually helped move those emotions that really aren't about me right now. They're about me back then, and they're just making their way out of my body as this injury is transforming into something healthy, the emotions attached to it have to release in order for healing to take place. So if you can do a meditation, you can get energy from another place and shift things from where you are at that moment into something else. Or just to center and ground yourself. So the second card is Sacred Earth Mother, and it says, a message of love. And there's that card. And the heart is most prominent. You see the pink heart, and then you see the rays of light around it with another heart. This actually, in the reflection from the computer, looks like a person to me, rather than three balls. And you'll see there's beings or arms up on either side here, but the heart is really the most prominent thing in this reading. And so coming from our heart and knowing what our body needs and what our life needs is really important. And I have been so busy since April of last year, not even with a weekend off. And I say that because even if I've gone on a vacation, we still are busy on vacations. So it's not really like getting downtime. At least not on the vacations I've been taking. So, coming from our heart and understanding what we need. So when I sustained this injury last week, I was actually supposed to be going to a brain class later that day. Supposed to be driving about 4 hours to go to this class. And in my heart, I knew this injury, part of the reason the injury had shown up is because I've been doing too much and I've not been taking care of myself well enough. And so I could have done two things. I could have plowed through it and drove and gone to the workshop, come home probably in a worse shape than I am now, which I'm not in a bad shape now because I canceled the workshop. I didn't bother going. I stayed home and healed myself and relaxed and took time for myself. And in my heart, that was the right choice. That felt good. Going to the workshop, I would have been going for all the wrong reasons. And I knew that. So whatever's going on in your life, really pay attention to how it feels in your heart. If it's not connecting with you the way you want it to energetically, then please take a look at it and try and change parts of your life so that the energy is in alignment with what you want. And drama and injuries all are a part of us not doing what we're meant to be doing at that point in time. So if a lot of stuff is coming at you, chances are you're probably not of your heart while you're doing it. I hope that makes sense for you. So the third card is Purification, has water in brackets, and says emotional cleansing, rejuvenation. And that's kind of what we've been talking about this whole time. We haven't gotten really into the emotional part of it, but when you start taking care of yourself and you step out of that whirlwind you're in and you move over here, all of a sudden you can feel those emotions. And that is what happened with this injury with me this week. The pain came, but as the pain started to release, all the emotions started to come up that I was able to recognize. And I was able to recognize they weren't from my current present life, they were from a past part of my life. And allowing that quiet time gives me enough room to recognize where those emotions are coming from. And for you, they might be something very current. So pay attention to what's going on and give yourself space to feel what's happening in your body. Not just physically, but emotionally and mentally. Sometimes our mind gets so busy. I have a client who's about 9, and her mind is always on, like many of us. And so I explained to her, just like we need to sit on the couch or in our beds and do nothing because our body gets exhausted, our mind can get exhausted. And so it's important to come to that place where you really are in a meditative space. You're not reading a book because that means your mind's having to do something. You're not watching a program, although sometimes we do go into a meditative state while watching television or a movie. But allow your brain to have that downtime. And when you get that connected into your body, you can almost feel your brain sighing just from relief of not having to do anything. It is a very, very cool experience. So that is the reading for this month, June 2013. So playing off a little bit from last month, still taking care of ourselves and finding out where we need to gain that energy from. Trying to find it from inside or externally, but not taking it so much from other people as we can take it from nature. It really is there to help lift us and inspire us. I have an article coming out in a internet magazine. All that will be posted on my website here in the next few days. My girlfriend, Mia Stasko, is doing a new magazine, and it's going to have 15 different articles about making space in your life. And so you might want to take a look at that. If you're having problems trying to sort things out, this might be the perfect tool for you. Out of one of those 15 articles, you might find the information you need to make those changes to help you get kind of back to who you are and what you need. And the big part of this living through your heart. And I guess that's it for this month, and I will see you in July.